Welp, it's about time I explain my reasoning. About 6 months ago, I released my Every Transformer I Bought in 2025 rank video where me and my collaborators talked about figures we liked. It was fun and cool, but one figure in particular I didn't get too in-depth into was Takara's 40th anniversary Lio Convoy figure. A retool of Legacy Evolution Lio, a figure I hold dear to my heart. I'd say I'd go in more depth in this video. I'd say I'm sorry for the wait, but no one really asked for this, so it's kinda whatever. Today, I'll be talking about this figure and why I'd say he's one of the more underrated hidden gems of Legacy as a whole, and why I personally love him so much. And no, I'm not calling him Lio Prime, because the line pays no attention to international name changes. Starting off in the line mode because I want to, and upon first glance, you can see why people initially did not like this figure, the line mode head sculpt. When this toy was first revealed, a lot of people did not like it at all, but it makes sense why it is the way it is. Essentially, when the Beast Wars cast first got updated in Kingdom, the designers went for more realistic beast modes for the animals as opposed to the cartoon accurate ones. And yeah, I do understand why. I personally don't mind the 3D models of the Beast Wars cast, but I could totally see why kids would be freaked out by them. And since Hasbro are a toy company, they gotta appeal to a wide demographic. This is essentially why most of the beast formers still have more realistic textures than animal heads, even on stuff like refusals and transmetals, at least most of the time. And Lio's beast head is certainly a more realistic one. I'm neutral on how it's sculpted. It looks alright, but initial drive is of the eyes. I get the budgets are tight and paint gets skinned, but Jesus, he looks like he's possessed by a piss god. Oh, well, for some reason, I really like how his jaw opens. I cannot humanly explain why, but it feels really good to do so, at least just for me. However, I hate how easily his nose paint chips. I do also really like the textures present in the line main, especially with how some parts blend into the sculpt again to later on rot mode. I do also really like the colors on this thing. Something about a white line with yellowish gold accents and a bit of red on him looks really visually striking, in my opinion. The line mode's body also has really good fur textures. It makes the line feel more real, at least as real as you can get in a toy like this. One thing I also love about the line mode is how the kibble is managed. Everything is neat and in place, and overall the line body looks really good, like it does a lot for it. I've also cross-referenced the line with past Lio toys, and it seems to share a similar build of the MP figure, at least with the particularly with how the back legs look, with some obvious refinements and liberties taken, because sheesh, that line is rough. Overall, a stellar line mode with a few issues, but mostly good either way. Now on to the robot mode. The transformation on Sky is actually pretty involved, from how the legs uncrouch and stand, to the top section unfolds from the bottom of the line to the chest of the robot. And here we have the robot mode, and that's where I really started to love this toy. When I got back into collecting for the first time in Transformers as a whole, Lio Convoys are my top 10 most wanted for an update. I really hope they do them in Kingdom back then, so you can imagine how hyped I was to see that glorious listing which said Legacy Evo Lio Prime. Ignoring his government name, he was probably one of the figures I was most excited about getting. Everything I love about the design is present here, from the line head to the right shoulder, to the opening matrix chamber, to the Optimus Guy's head and colors. From a glance, you can definitely tell he has different design philosophy to his US contemporaries. While the regular Beast Wars characters have this sorta 90s, gross out, radical, insides become our weapons feel to them, Lio Convoy has this more heroic line feel to it. I'm not using it to put down the US Beast Wars designs, but I think it's actually a good thing. It continues the G1 design philosophy of not actually having a united design philosophy and just pulling from all over, and that's beautiful. And I'm pleased to say that Legacy Evo Lio continues that trend, while also having a bit of stylization to fit in with the generation aesthetic. As for accessories, Lio doesn't actually come with standard weapons, but it does come with tappable blasters you can either tab into the sidearm main as arm blasters, or store on the sides of the line head as cannons. Also, there's two more which are meant to tab into the line main's flip-out compartment for an attack mode, which is just really cool. In case you're wondering what that arm kibble was sitting on his arms for, I'll let you on a little secret. The arms can flip out and deploy blades from his palm. Sure, that could be awkward under the wrong circumstances, but posing right and they can look hella deadly. Legit, the only issue I have with the robot mode is a back kibble, just sorta hanging there. Sure, it's a good place to store these side cannons via a tab built into the design, but it can be quite awkward to manage overall. As for the articulation, he can pull off a decent range of poses, kinda basic, but he does get the job done. So you might be wondering, if he's so cool, why don't people talk about him? It's because of Tarn. Obviously, Tarn was going to be the more popular character in the wave he came out of. He was functionally a better figure while leaving poor Lio in the dust. It was there where I truly don't know what the Transformers community think and what I think of separate things. And I do get the hype for Tarn, I really do. Bludgeon is an awesome retool and they have opening hands, which is a major factor in my enjoyment of them. And I personally think that Lio also deserves praise. And he paved the way for some truly great redecos and retools, so I'm going to briefly cover him here. I like him, but not as much as Evolution Lio. He does do things well, and he fixes the as the Lio mode, comes with a new blaster, and it's generally still the same figure but Nemesis decoed. That is good, but I kind of find it boring compared to the other Nemesis primes. The teal is a good addition, but I would have loved some more spice to him. Like, maybe if the Dark Amber Lio deco or Galva Convoy was a thing, I'd love him more, but he's still solid regardless, just a bit boring. Now, on to... Yeah, I still mostly agree with what I said about him. I stand by the placement I gave him at 225 ranking, but he does some pros and cons. For starters, his line head is more cartoon accurate, which I personally really dig the look of. I'm not really a big carer of accuracy. My philosophy is as long as the thing it's being accurate to is good, then it'll look good. I'm fine with deviations, but as long as it only services the figure itself. And 40 Flyer is pretty good. He has a premium Takara deco, having a bit more of a metallic paint job to him. I love the blue more in the Hasbro version. The gold is a 50-50 for me. It sure does look good, but I kind of prefer Evolution's colors looked in my opinion. Also, it's painted over with this weird mold color I'm not sure I'm a fan of. I do have the kind of miss the grey breakup in the chest. Kind of makes it look like he's lacking some details, which is annoying considering the red of the chest in the mold doesn't really show the sculpt the best. His sidearms are retooled to be more cartoon accurate, which I am a really big fan of because his side claws, for lack of a better term, look sick. It was a mission I was kind of annoyed about on Legacy. The retooled lion head is also awesome. I can actually do a Lyra Typhoon now, which I really appreciate. He doesn't come with the built-in hidden cannons, but I think it's a worthy trade-off. Also, side cannons retooled for some reason, but repainted to look cooler and more accurate, which I can't really complain about as they can still tap into his arms and head. I think the more retooled main makes the arm can functionality look a bit more natural, which is a big plus. The arm claws I'm kind of 50-50 on. On one hand, it's cooler they're longer, but they don't store as good as they did in Legacy. But I fixed that issue by moving the arms 80 degrees, so we're all good. Overall, a banger toy with some banging retools and a banger redeco on the way. Pimp Green will be a fine addition to my collection, and apparently he glows in the dark, which is also really cool. Can't wait to see him while I'm sleeping. And that's my thoughts on Legacy Lio Convoy. But what did you think of the figure in the video? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, as in a whole engagement. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you want to. And as always, till we meet again.